Alright guys, today's a big video for me. It's been about 2.5 years that I've been running servers. Let's start off just by backing up the words I'm about to tell you. First off, this server here, where are we at? This one here is pretty much brand new. Started from scratch. There's already 15 players in it. Okay. Now, I recently had a 4-map cluster. 135 people in the Discord. I started that on June 5th with one map. I got rid of it because I'm just getting a little older and I'm a little tired after 3 years of doing this on running big servers. So I now run an exclusive server. I don't advertise the IP. I don't advertise the address. If you want to join, you need to go through my Steam. There's a vetting process. It's pretty tough to get in. And that's what I'm doing now. I've got a collection of players I really like that I played with a lot. Those are the ones we see here. It's slow growth and we like it that way. So as a result, I'm more than happy now to share the things I've learned and share my knowledge with you. And if you watch this video and pay attention, I promise you, you're going to increase your player counts quick. Right now, there's about 25, 30,000 people playing on Arc PC, okay? And there's probably 20,000 private servers. So it's very hard. It's not like when there was 60,000 people on a Saturday night. It's very hard to get new players. There hasn't been a Steam sale in a while. And when you have 5 players or 2 players on your server, it's even harder. It's really hard to grow from nothing. Whether you're on Xbox, PS4, Arc Mobile. No, I don't know. I never played Arc Mobile. But regardless of what system you're on, what we're doing here works. And if you use it, it will work for you. Why? Number one, I'm 40 years old, 41. I've retired. My background, I was able to retire by selling my business. My background for 20 years was a lot of sales, a lot of marketing, and finally the restaurant business, which is very competitive and difficult. I take those same lessons from sales and marketing and apply them to growing a server. And with 3 years of doing it, starting from scratch several times, I've gotten some really great tactics that work. And I promise you, pay attention and they will work. Now, if you're starting with this video, I highly recommend you jump onto Admin Tips Part 1 before promoting your server. And the reason being is if you promote your server but you don't know how to keep the players that come in, you're kind of spinning your wheels. So just to back up the words I'm saying, this is the server I just shut down. I shut down 4 servers. I had to. They were broken. We had major problems. I advised my players. Some went off and did their own thing. Some decided to stay, and we went with the exclusive route for the safety of the community, because the reason they broke was it was essentially a exploiter slash hacker. So we now use the private system. But to give you an idea on how I'm not BSing you right now, this is the former Isla Nation. Okay, and for those of you with 2, 3 players, 5 players, even 10 players, what you're looking at is extremely good. Let's look at player hours. That's me bigs around with 252. Look at this guy, 245. These are 252 hours, okay? And remember, I have a 4-map cluster. Lots of these players aren't always on the island, okay? Look at these numbers, guys. These aren't people jumping in and jumping out. When I talk about what I talk about in Admin Tips Part 1, that's why they're staying, all right? If you never set up a Discord, check out my Discord video. If you've never run a big tribe, because we're going to talk a lot about how that can help your server, make sure you watch that tribe governance video. The playlist that I'm putting this video into has all the things you need. Sharing 3,800 hours of admin experience. It was 32 when I started this YouTube channel. But, with 200 here, another few hundred that I missed on another account, we're probably pushing 38 now. And look at these, even my guys that did, this player is a Ragnarok player. Okay, this probably has 70, 80 hours on RAG that was attached in the cluster. These numbers are good. These are good numbers. Okay, so I'm not BSing you guys, right? 4-map cluster. This is just one of the maps. It was the most popular. Okay, but we still have a lot of hours that aren't accounted here, and player counts on people that played on Ragnarok, Aberration, or Scorched Earth that didn't end up coming along on the island. They just stuck with those maps. So those are good numbers. I don't care who you are. If you've got 100 players in your server, you're probably not watching this anyways. It still might help you, but this is for people that are struggling to get players, which is pretty standard. So let's talk about, first and foremost, watch that Admin Tips 1 video. Maybe check out Admin Tips 2, but it's not as important. If you don't know Discord, check that out. If you don't know tribe governance, check that out. But let's get into how you get players. The best way, and if you can't do it, there's no way you can do it, then at least listen, because there's some good stuff in here that I'm talking about. But the single best way, and you'll see why in a minute, once I'm done this portion, you're going to see why, is to have a tribe. The tribe opens up a lot of advertising potential, which we'll cover. But the way you run this tribe is important. So let's talk about what I do the first time I start a map, is I build a little district, I call them. Now, normally those walls would continue. But we're going to just make we made a little small one. For two reasons I make the walls like this. One, a little fancier, looks a little nicer, more presentable. Okay, when people come in, they're like, oh, okay. And there's a big reason I don't use gates, is what happens is this district's going to grow. People are going to build their houses against the wall. And if there's gates, you got a problem, because people are coming in from the outside, bumping into walls, and people aren't sure where to build their houses. So I do place gates every now and then. In my case, I put my district in the peninsula there. For one, it's not the most popular place. For players that have been 2,000-3,000 hours in, they're going to go for Hidden Lake, Northeast, Northwest, or wherever. But two, it's very flat. And three, and if you want to take a look, go check out the tour of the district video. We start with one district, then two districts, then three districts. And they all fit well right here next to each other. Each one is gated and separate. Each one has a common house, and each one has tribe dinos. Now, why do I put them all together? Some people have always said, oh, you should put one district here and one district up in the north. And one. What happens is, if you jam all these players in close, you get two benefits. Number one, they're all close together, so when you're telling people, yeah, we've got an active tribe, there's always members on. If you got your district spread out and they start in District 2, let's say, which is across the map from District 1, but there's players in District 1, well, you're not really giving them what you promised, which is always people around. So this way you're keeping all your tribe mates close together. But there's an even bigger benefit. You could have, in my case, I had between 30 and 35 players in the tribe at all times. I did remove the non-active ones quite a bit. You got 35 players in one spot. That opens up the map for other tribes and other solo players that come in. So you might have a player count of 25, 26 people and an almost empty map. Well, that's a great selling feature for you. And you're not going to mention that in your advertising. And we're getting into advertising, guys. It's just the first part. But this is the one that blows up your server. So I start all my districts with a common house. Okay? And remember, if you want to see what a full district look like, check out those older videos. Okay? District 2 or District 2 is a great one. Any video you watch of mine where I'm playing on my island map, all you see is global chat, various tribes, various players, a lot of tribe chat. And that's the proof in the pudding for you, man. That'll show you that, hey, this guy's for real. So I like to have a very simple common house. The reason being is when someone joins the tribe as a new player, or they're just learning the game, or they've been around for thousands of hours, when you're starting off from zero, it's nice to be around other people that are starting off from zero. That's another reason that District 1, once it's full, we put the new players in District 2. Okay, so the common house, my opinion, you don't want a fabricator in here. You don't want a chem bench in here. What you do need is a couple beds, properly labeled, a forge and a smithy, some mortar pestle, that's it. This way the player is skipping some of the more annoying in-game stuff, which a lot of them don't like dying and having to find your body without a bed. But at the same time, they're going to enjoy a lot of the other early game stuff. And if you advance, there's going to be tribe mates that are looking for late game players. That's not who you're recruiting, and that's a small percentage, right? Oh, I want to join a tribe that's already late game and has 90 people. That's not what we're looking for. Later on, though, we'll have that, right? So we'll have everything soon enough. But right now, we're attracting players that aren't at that stage. So we got our common house. I always keep it in the south of the district, because once there's 3 districts, it makes it easier to find the common houses. In my case, honestly, I usually have 2 tribe trikes and 2 tribe pterodons and this common house and the gates before I even start promoting the tribe. This way, because right when you start, I'm telling you, you're going to get players within a couple hours. And you want to have some stuff for them to use. So these, I don't like Quetzals, Wyverns, Fairies, or anything like that in the early game for the same reason as the common house. You want to let people tame their own dinos in general. But these 2 dinos, or 2 of each of these, really help your tribe, new tribe mates to kind of progress without all that struggle. Yet, at the same time, they're going to get to enjoy that early game getting tames. If you wanted to build a trap out for them, you could. I usually do put a trap across the lake there. Now, by the way, I'm doing this video on a test server with NPC tribes. That's why I see the houses. I am currently the only one on it. There's only 2 of us with a password. It's a mimic of my actual server so that I can make adjustments without interrupting my my players and having to do unnecessary restarts. So just so you know. So the next step once a player comes in is the tribe introduction. And before I do that, I want to mention something. Once we get into the promotion aspect and how all that works, and as you know, in this environment, in the state of the game with Ark right now on PC, it's fairly tricky to get new players. The last thing you want to do is bring in a new player and have them get a terrible first impression. And that's why every new player that's joined my server, they start in my tribe unless they're looking to solo it. Okay? The reason being, let's say it takes me X amount of hours per day, X amount of hours per week to get new players, and I just send them off with some other tribe. Well, what if they don't like that guy? What if the guy's not that nice, or the girl? What if they just don't like the tribe settings? Whatever the case is, their first impression of the server could work out poorly. And that's the last thing you want. You've now wasted your time by promoting it, bringing it in, and Joe Blow over there signs him up and doesn't talk correctly or sounds a little arrogant or is a little bossy. Okay? That guy's not going to be too happy. What if Joe Blow has 200-300 hours experience and the guy coming in has 3,000? Okay? You're going to have a problem there. So what I do is make sure all my tribe's new players, if they're looking for a tribe, they start off in this tribe regardless of how many hours they have. And this is the speech I give. Now I'm not going to interrupt myself while I give it. I'm going to be talking to this invisible person in front of me, and I'm just going to run by the speech for you, and then I'm going to explain why I do it that way. So this is how it starts. Hey man, how are you? Look, you don't need a mic or anything, but if you can just jump up and down if you can hear me okay. Okay, great. Let me go ahead and invite you to the server. You just got to hold down E to accept. Alright, awesome. Let me give you a little quick tour here, then I'm going to let you get down to business. Just takes a minute, but just follow me if you don't mind into the house. Alright, so this is our common area. It's called the District 1 Common Room. If you die, the beds are labeled. We do have quite a few beds on the map, quite a few players in the tribe, so just make sure you respawn at District 1 bed. If you don't, it's no problem. You can just use fast travel to get back to this bed here. In this common area, you're allowed to take whatever you want. You can leave whatever you want. This common area is for everybody, so feel free to use it all you need. There's probably a couple extra tools. A couple of the guys have been leaving stuff in there, so grab that if you like. Just follow me outside if you don't mind real quick. Over here is the district dinos. You can use them all you want. If they die, no big deal. You don't need to send me a message saying sorry. It happens. They die. Once you get moving forward a little bit, you can always donate one of the dinos you don't need to the tribe. They are labeled D1 tribe. If you don't mind when you're done with them, just bring them back right here so people know where to find them. That's about all we ask. The only rule in our tribe is don't ride other people's dinos without asking them. It makes perfect sense, and we really hope that you'll respect that rule. If not, you're not going to get kicked out of the server or anything, but you won't be able to stay in the tribe. So just please do your best to do that. Now, like I said, this is a common area. You can take whatever you want from it. That being said, if you leave your stuff in there, it might not be there when you get back. So I always recommend on your first day, if you have time, at least get yourself up a little 1x1 hut like you see over here. Build that little hut. Get a pin lock on your door. Now with the pin lock, not even I can access. I can't get past the door. And don't worry, you only got to put it in once. After that, it knows it's you and you just pass through, but no other players can get in there. So when you log off, you're perfectly safe. Okay, so if you have time today, please get that pin number up. When you do tame a dino, please put your name in brackets at the beginning of the dino. That way we know it's yours. If it gets lost or if it dies, it'll show up in the tribe logs and we'll know a little bit more about what happened. As well, that makes it clear to other people that it's your dino and they shouldn't be riding it. So outside of that, I'll let you know that everything you build, everything you tame while you're in this tribe always belongs to you. Basically what happens is a lot of people meet other people in the tribe. They get along well. They want to play with those people. And they sometimes end up leaving to start their own tribes. Or they found another tribe they really like and they want to join up with them. And that's just great. I mean, no problem at all. It's a great idea to try and get me, if you can, in advance before you leave the tribe. That way it can unclaim your dinos. Our settings are only admin can unclaim, and for obvious reasons, we don't want some guy coming in here and just all of a sudden unclaiming the dinos. Now, almost everybody in our tribe is great. We haven't had any problems, but you never know. We don't have a heavy interview process. We're not checking your ID or vetting. So, we may once in a while get the odd guy that doesn't respect the rules. We keep a close eye on it though, and like I said, we haven't had any problems. So, definitely, outside of that, there's not a whole lot to say about it. I mean, a lot of people do like to play with others, and you'll find there's people always around. Lots of people ready to help you. Don't be shy about talking in the tribe chat if you have questions. No one's going to condescend you or be a dick about it. You're more than welcome to ask away, and that's just fine. So if you don't like playing with people, man, you can just solo it inside the tribe. What I've found over time is certain people get along better with others. Other people get along really good, and they tend to stick together and work together. We like to leave it entirely up to you. If you want to play with that guy, you can. If you don't have to. And you see with all the different buildings up here that people do play together and work together, but we each have our own little house. Kind of a unique concept, but I found it works really well. So outside of that, man, have a good time. Just make yourself at home. If you need anything at all, I'm Biggs around. I'm always around. That's why I named myself that. And you're more than welcome to send me a message on Discord. Is usually the best way to get in touch with me because I'm AFK quite a bit. So any questions, boss? All right, cool, man. Like I said, make yourself at home. If you need anything, let me know. And as you see, there's a few tribe mates running around. Probably someone going to come up and say hi to you there. So you have yourself a great time. All right, so that's it, guys. That's my tribe speech. I'm not saying you want to copy it word for word. The main things that we're focused on in there is number one with the mic. And this applies to when I'm going to show you after you're selling your Discord or getting people on your Discord because you want them there. You don't want to force people to talk. There's a few reasons for that. Some people are shy. Some people don't have a mic. Let's face it, people smoke weed when they play video games, and sometimes that makes you a little bit more self-conscious, right? A lot of guys, when I say you don't need a mic, like, I got a mic. Okay, cool, But we want to immediately let people know if they don't have a mic, it's okay. For every kind of rule and regulation you have, there's one player that might not be able to follow it, and you're eliminating a possibility of getting a new player because of that. The other thing is to preach the casual idea. Some players, a small percentage, would rather join a tribe where there's instant direction. They have someone telling them what to do all the time. That's not as common as the person that just wants to play with others but doesn't want some asshole tribe leader telling them what to do every 5 minutes. Someone with 3,000-4,000 hours in that thinks they're better than everybody and is condescending. The concept with this tribe that has worked over and over again to get players is that it's casual. That you can do what you like. If you want to play with others, you can. But myself or my other tribe admins aren't going to be coming around telling you what to do. And if they want, in my tribe, we always had common projects on the go. If they want to help build the bridge, they can. If they don't have to. When it was time to do caves, we posted it in Discord, and a lot of us went together. When it was time to do a boss, same thing. But they didn't have to come. Now, just for a quick note, if this is for a PvP tribe, which is the servers I've mostly run up until recently, it still works great. What you do is you set a rule that nobody's allowed to attack. In my case, my tribe was called Tribe of Nations. So nobody's allowed to attack Tribe of Nations. And as part of that introduction you just saw, I explained that to them and explained that you are not allowed to attack any other players. If you do, that's fine, but you'll be removed from the tribe right away, and I can't protect you. I also let them know that the only security is inside the walls. Outside the walls, no one's supposed to attack you, but be a little careful. And it's actually a selling feature because they get kind of more excited. They get a little bit more of a heart rate when they leave the safety of the base, And if you do look at my district video, called, I think, District 2 or whatever, it'll be in there anyways in the playlist. You'll see I do have flower turrets along the center line, and that, even though it's PvE, I do that to keep the dinos out so everyone can keep their stuff on passive and not have them running around all over the place. But if you do it with a PvP server, some recommendations are explain that it's a starter tribe. It's a great safe place to get geared up a little bit, get things going. If you want a PvP, this is what you would tell them. If you want a PvP, that's great. It's encouraged. Just leave the tribe and start your own, or go join one of the PvP tribes, and they may come recruit you anyways. So, you're more than welcome to do that, but you can't PvP when you're in this tribe. And one thing this is amazing for, it's very hard to build up a PvP server when the pop's low, because nobody wants to play on a PvP server that there isn't people to PvP with. Well, this tribe allows you to grow pop and then get that pop up so that more PvP players are joining your server. A little bit more hard to manage. You got to stay on top of things, but it works fantastically. Okay, so this system of tribe will apply to any type of server. Now here, let's take a look at why we do it that way. This part is important, and this is where the difference comes in. We're going to start with Steam discussions. One thing I recommend is obey the Steam rules. What's going to happen is you're going to get banned, and they tend to ban, when I've been banned in the past, years ago I didn't know, they tended to ban me on a Thursday or Friday for 3 days, so I'd lose my weekend. So always follow the Steam rules. If you're not promoting for a tribe or you don't have a tribe, you're missing out on these two major promotion tools. So for one, we're going to bump our server hosting ad every 24 hours. Okay? We don't really want our other players bumping it because we're going to bump it at strategic times. Once in a while, we're going to bump it in the morning for the EU players. Once in a while, we're going to bump it in the evening for the East Coast players. Sometimes we're going to bump it after school. And what happens on Steam discussion, if someone else leaves a message, it counts as a bump. So it'll screw up your timing. So I avoid or try and let my players know once I'm comfortable with them that I don't want them helping me on Steam discussions. Reddit's another story. So we're going to have our server hosting ad placed in here. We'll talk about how to write that in a few minutes once we get into the advertising aspect. But why we want a tribe is for these two bad boys right here. Okay. Number one, we'll be able to post a tribe advertisement. So we'll be able to post a tribe ad, and we're going to talk about more how to write those in a minute. We'll be able to post a tribe ad in this section without breaking a Steam rule. Number two, this section is your golden line. Okay. When I'm promoting a server, wherever I'm at home, I have an alarm clock on my phone for every 40 minutes. I check Steam and Reddit every 40 minutes. Look at this. Okay. Looking for a PvE server, tribe. Looking for a good server. Looking for a tribe, well, official PvP only. Looking for ARC friends. Okay. Now all these guys, they all pump their server on those ads. Oh, they just copy paste their server ad to it, right? I'm telling you, that's not what these people are looking for. Let's say we have looking for a tribe. Let's find one looking for a tribe here. Okay, so this guy's looking for a tribe. And all these ads, they're just the same BS I've seen so many times. Same, they all look the same, and they're all server ads. Now, if we're refreshing every 40 minutes, there's a good chance we would have got to answer first. And this guy's looking, well, this is kind of a stupid ad, actually. I'm not impressed with it. I've seen it already. But a lot of times what you're going to get in here is people that are looking for just a tribe. I'm looking for some friends to play with. I have almost 400 hours. So this guy's got all his rules pasted, have fun with that. And server ads. Now what we get to paste when we have a tribe is something like, hey, we've got a great tribe, casual, friendly, blah, blah, blah. You're welcome to join. We always have players on. So when people are looking for a tribe, instead of just posting a PvE or PvP server ad, we actually are inviting them to a tribe. And when there's 3 little dumb ads in front of you that all look the same, and yours, and we're going to talk about how to advertise very soon here in a minute, and yours is there asking, none of these are mine, asking for someone to join a tribe, we're going to have a lot more success. He's going to ignore the server post ads, and he's going to respond to the tribe ad. So one of the big reasons we want to have a tribe is it gives us access without being banned to these 2 very important sections. And even with low player counts, these sections are great. More the looking for tribe server, but what it means is we've got our server hosting ad that we're bumping every 24 hours, And we have our tribe advertisement ad that we can also bump every 24 hours. Now, I tend to bump them 12 hours apart. It helps keep the mods off me, trying to accuse me of having 2 ads for the same server. I don't. I got an ad for the server. I got an ad for the server on my server posting ad, and I got an ad for the tribe on my tribe advertisement section. Okay? And like fresh server, fresh tribe, okay, that makes sense. What's going to happen if you're not posting it correctly, you're going to get reported, you're going to get it moved, and you're going to get it and banned. And the problem with ban, not only do you lose your time, but you're going to have a red ban symbol underneath your name on your main advertisement. And some people misunderstand that as possibly a VAC ban or something else. So that's something that you're going to want to watch for, you know. So the main reason I want to have that tribe is for these 2 channels, which are incredibly effective. If you refresh this every 40 minutes, you're probably going to be one of the first guys. You know, you're not going to waste too much time responding to 12s. You're probably going to be the first guy, 3 experienced players looking for a good server. Okay, so there's where your server ad goes, not a tribe ad. And as you look through looking for a tribe official, looking for a server, tired of playing alone, he's advertising for his tribe. Oh, no. Tired of playing solo, looking to join a PvE or PvP tribe. Can contribute on a regular basis. Okay? So these guys have just automatically added them. I don't do that just because it's hard to track who's new and who's not. That's up to you. This is a waste. This isn't an ad that's answering his question. He's looking for a tribe. He's probably going to bypass this. Okay? That's a waste. That's great. These guys are just copy-pasting, spamming all over. They might get a few players, but not as much as if you copy-paste your ad for the tribe. Okay? Now let's take a quick look at Reddit, and then we're going to talk about how to write your ads. So I have a lot of Reddit bookmarks here. The main ones we're using, I use these for different purposes, but Reddit, that's Reddit PC. This one's not allowed promos. I've labeled them myself. Every 40 minutes we're doing this too, guys. If you want a player count, that's how it is. So we're going to be going through this kind of stuff, and we're going to be looking for people that say, I'm looking for a tribe, I'm looking for a PvE server, I'm new to the game in single player. You can sell that. You can bring those people to your server, all that kind of stuff, and we're going to check through that, okay? And we're going to do that for each one of these Reddits every 40 minutes, and we're always in the news section, not the hot section. Okay, you want to bookmark the news section. By default, it brings you to the hot, so make sure you bookmark the new. Okay, and you're going to downvote or upvote what you like, not because you're being a dick, but so you know where you left off before. I've got mostly upvotes here, but you know, some stuff I downvote. And you're going to do that mainly to keep track of where you were. So we know that this is the newest stuff since I was last here, and we're going to be keeping a watch on that. Okay, this kind of stuff, it's not my thing. Okay, it's the same old ad. This is better. At least it's got some writing on it. Okay, but a lot of these things, they all look the same. You know, they're long, they're boring, and we're going to talk about why my ads are better not long from now and why they're so effective. This guy's got this ad up so much, it starts to get what you call saturation. It just becomes less effective. It's just all the same stuff here. We're listening. It does not jumping out at me. Seen it too many times. But this one's useless. Unfortunately, it's too bad. It's a specific one for tribe ad. This Friendzone's been here for a month at the top of the news section. I still watch it. I still posting it. 32 subscribers. Okay, that's a problem. Our number one is Arc PC, I believe. We'll check what it's called. Our Arc with 60.7 thousand subscribers. That's probably your number 2 for promo, because we're not allowed to promo on the other one. 3.7K. Okay, this is where you're going to find your guys that you're looking for. And you're not only looking for people joining a server, you're looking for new guys with questions. And you're going to do what I call contacting and inviting to bring them in. So let's move on to our copy-paste menu. What you're going to find with new players and promo is you're generally using the same stuff again and again. Okay, so you want to save time by not having to type, but at the same time you want things that make sense. So I think I've kind of edited a bit of this out, but let's find out here. Okay, look. Here's my promo for my tribe, ready to go. All right, let's have a read. We've got a great tribe. Friendly, casual, no experience needed. Some people do their own thing inside the tribe, more or less solo it, but many work together. Your choice. We happen to be doing a playthrough, so we started on the island, SC, and a little later we're going to Aberration. You're welcome to join on that mission, or just come hang out and do your own thing. We play on 4 maps, including the above mentioned. We also have Ragnarok. They are clustered freely, so you can move from map to map for more in-depth info. So I got a link to my Steam ID. I got a link to my server page and my recent Reddit post. We're getting into that in a minute too. Now, what happens here is, and don't, if you want to copy and paste this exactly, I don't mind. That's the point to making the video. But this is all stuff I wrote that kind of made sense to me. What I'm trying to get at is just write from the heart. Write something you mean, write something that's personal, and that will be more effective than just copy pasting friggin' links. Okay, it's not going to work. This is the one, and again, we're in my promo section. This is the one I use for when someone says I'm looking for a PvE server. We've got 4 PvE servers in a cluster. We just added Ragnarok. PvE is real fresh. Welcome to join us there at the island. Add me for more, questions. We have an active solid player count, blah, blah, blah. Okay, and again, a link to the recent Reddit post, which you'll see why momentarily. I don't know what I made this one for, but it must have been for something. This was a Reddit post I made a long time ago. I wonder if it's still around. It'd be cool if it was. Let's just bring it up because we'll get an idea what I mean when I'm talking about from the heart. But I think it was either delete. There we go. Okay, so we're going to keep this minimized for now up there. 14 upvotes, guys. Okay, 14 upvotes. Now let's take a look at the average upvote for a server ad because everybody, including other owners, are downloading it or downvoting it, right? So these server ads are they're just never, you don't see not many of them with 14. Everything that's high is cool pics and cool stuff. Self YouTube promo videos and server ads just get smashed. They just get smashed. All right, 25 boosted boss hunters, you don't see no 14 on there. Why did it get 14? Because it's from the heart and it's got backup. Okay, so let's get back to where we were on the promo. And so that's why I'll use a Reddit ad that's been going well. I'll show you how to do that in a minute in Discord here. So these are some other promos that aren't representing what I do. So we have to have a copy paste of our best promo ads that work. What I'm saying there is, for those of you that are old like me, you'll remember way back in the day, infomercials on late night TV. There was this guy that told this story, and you see it on YouTube, these guys. I used to live in my mother's basement. I was on a bed, and I got rich by placing one tiny little ad across America. Now, what he's really talking about is he placed 30 ads in one newspaper. The ad that did best, he then repeated across the nation in towns with a similar demographic. And we're following the same principle here. Take your ad that works best and start using it again and again. Okay, and you'll know that based on the response to it. So copy paste though are important to save you time. So I have a standard batch of copy paste called New Jacks for new players. Now this one's important at the top. Let me clear my throat. This one's important at the top. I always start when someone adds me on Steam and I accept them. Hey, how you doing? I guess you're looking for a server to play on or a tribe. Yeah, I am. This is what I start with. I usually start with the Discord. We don't VC much, voice chat. The reason being is sometimes people get a little nervous about joining the Discord thinking you're going to do an interview with them or talk to them or whatever, and that's a turnoff. And we want to stay open to as many players as possible. So I usually start with the Discord. We don't VC much, but it's a great way to stay informed. We run caves and bosses together and use it to communicate through text, as well as the server info should I send a link. Okay. Also, I ran modded servers. So if I'm sending them a personal invite, you can right-click on your friends list in Steam, and invite people. Right after I send them an invite, I send this. It may take a while to join the first times. It might take a little blah, blah, blah. You get it, right? I attract noobs, and that's a key player base, okay? Especially when the game goes on sale. When the game goes on sale, you take time off work, and you get out there. You call in sick, and you start pulling in the noobs. When I attract a noob, they sometimes message me. I'll say, I want to rejoin. Can you invite me? I've got this ready to go. because I don't want to spend time typing. Okay, it explains how to join the easy way. This is one when they're looking for a tribe. And this isn't promo, this is new people. Okay, this is a join link, an old join link for the server. This is people that I notice are new and have trouble seeing in the dark. You know, this is something to improve performance. Okay, so this is stuff like this is when the Steam update came out for the Messenger. So this is stuff I need to use over and over again that I keep. Reinstall our clean. Stuff that I keep because I need to save time on typing. The more time you're typing, the less time you're doing your job, which is adminning and promoting. So get as much as you can in commonly asked questions and promo ready for a copy paste. Okay, so that's going to save you tons of time later. So the other thing, and this is what we're talking about that separates you from everybody else, is the heart. This has 14 upvotes, a very old post. It's what I did. Probably did this months ago. Okay, worth reading if you're looking for a tribe aberration. So this is what I started with when I had one map. Okay, 3 months ago. Okay, and you know, I'm not saying read it through. If you want to pause it and read it, that's up to you. But what I'm trying to make the point is here is this is a story I wrote. It's not a server ad as such. I tell people it's long. I tell people it's PC. That way they're, oh, it's long? Okay. If you don't, you know, and TLDR'd it for Reddit. When you write what you're about and what your server's about a little bit, I have ads that used to say, this is what we do and why we do it. But when you speak from the heart and write something original, it's more interesting to people. And take your time with it, spell check it, grammar check it, you know, and use it more than once if you have to. All right? But advertising something that's already been said a million times, that's saturated, is going to be ineffective. Okay? You want to read, when you're going through Steam, if getting players is important to you, why are you rushing the getting player part? Right? When you're going through Steam and you're looking at tribe advertisement, all right, and you're looking at someone's post, unofficial PvP, okay, solo player looking for more people to play with on a 100 times server, comment if you want to join. All right? So we don't want to post on that. Right? Read it. Find out what this guy wants, and then you can make a minor edit to your copy paste that appeals to that person. And that separates you from the other. Okay? The other thing is sometimes if you've got someone that's looking for a tribe, okay, this is their specific needs. All right? If you don't have them all and you don't think he's going to join, not the end of the world, guys. Get your ad up there anyways. But start with, well, we don't have everything you want, but we do have this. The reason being is other people looking for tribes might fall upon this ad and join your server from there. So more exposure. But just make sure that you add either a little note or minus a little note or change a little, like, oh, we don't have 10 times, but we got 7 times or 5 times. You know, and then some guys, oh, I don't want 10 times. Oh, wait, here. So we want that ad in as many places as we can get it. And we don't want it to look like everybody else's. Those are the points I'm trying to make. And this is something you're going to learn and I don't know if it'll be love or hate, but looking for a server. Already 12 posts on it. Okay, here's, and you know, poor Krista. Krista's got 5 maps for longer than me with no players, right? Krista likes to write things like when she's posting in the tribe section and someone's looking for a tribe, she writes, this is why you don't want to lie to people, guys. She'll say, we've got tribes that are looking for people. I don't know if Krista's heard of Battlemetrics, but anyone can go on Battlemetrics anytime and see your servers don't have anybody on them. Who are the tribes looking for people? And for a player with 3,000 or 4,000 hours in game, they're going to look at that. And you're not going to get them. And you look like a bullshitter. Okay? So don't bullshit people. Because that's part of admin video part 1. You don't know who you're advertising. This to me, I'm not interested in this. Too long. You know, there's all these, no. If I was going to try and get this guy to, okay, hello, mature player looking for a server to play on. Been on Arc since EA days. Okay? So if you bullshit and say you have a good player base, we have a welcoming community, and tribes that want members, If we go pull up her server right now on Discord, on Battlemetrics, okay? Let's find out if we can get it. I have it saved on my other computer. If we go pull her up on Battlemetrics right now, we are not going to find those things she just said. We are not going to find a player community, okay? And we're not going to find, if there's no players, who are these so-called tribes that are looking for people, right? Let's see. Let's see, is it this one? Let's see what the name is. Well, anyways, you get my point. And I know because I followed Krista. Because Krista's someone I wanted to help. And she got upset at me for trying to help and got defensive. And I really am sympathetic. I don't know how she pays for the service. She started with 5. I think she's down to 3 now. And she's working so hard to advertise. So hard to advertise. She's doing something to be first up most of the time. And yet she doesn't have the players. So something's wrong, right? And part of what's wrong is this player says it right here. Been with ARC since EA days. Okay? That player probably has Battlemetrics. They know about it. They probably got thousands of hours in. And when they see the server, 3 maps, all maps are friendly, welcoming community, and tribes that want members, they're going to check. And they're going to see there's 0 community and 0 tribes that want members. Now, did Caliber join? I don't know. But Caliber's going to have to download 20 mods and get into an empty server. So, odds are Caliber's not staying. Having an empty server is a hard sell. That's why I'm trying to show you guys how to get more players in. Bullshitting people won't work. Tell them what's going on. Here's what I'm talking about with a band, okay? This is someone that kind of obviously abused Steam. They've been banned within the past 11 hours for whatever reason. Well, that doesn't look too good, does it? Don't get banned on Steam. It's not going to help you. You're going to push the limits of what the mods accept. You're going to be reported, I guarantee it, because the other owners don't want you on there. Now, you'd think maybe there's too many ads here, I don't want to post on it. BS. Post on it. Post, just add, hey, I don't know if you've already found a server, but if not, we got a tribe that's looking for players. Friendly, casual, good people, always members on. Okay? And don't write always members on until you got a few members on all the time, which won't be that hard if you follow that beginning tribe thing. If you follow what I'm doing, I'm telling you, you're going to grow a lot faster. And if I'm telling you, okay, and I'm showing you that I've got it, that I got more players in 2 days than half those server owners got in weeks of promoting, because I use this exact system. Where are we at? I don't know where. We're at 19 now. I think we're at 14, 15 when we started the video. Okay? Got a lot of chat. So when I tell you to go check my Battlemetrics, that's what you're seeing. Okay? And I don't even post my Battlemetrics. But they'll find it. It ain't hard. Okay? It ain't hard at all. And this, you know, this is a great ad that I ran. It was my first ad. And it started my community off strong. And I put it in the section with the 60.7K. And you know what is a great day for promo, guys? Sunday, 1 p.m. Eastern. Sunday, 11 a.m. Eastern. 7 o'clock in Europe, depending. France is 6 hours ahead of the Eastern time zone. So you're getting the early birds on Sunday morning that are amped up. You're getting the people that are looking at stuff. So Sunday's the day I post my server ad. I don't do it all week. Every Sunday, I post an actual ad on top in all these sections. Okay? Every Sunday at that time frame. I post it to here, so it's on top. And then what I do, I don't have it open, I have a very supportive community. So whenever I post a Reddit ad once a week, I don't want to bother my community. Once a week I post a Reddit ad on Sundays. I don't anymore. Like I said, I'm exclusive now. I post an ad on Sundays. Okay? As soon as I'm done posting it, I put the link up in my Discord with Add Everyone. Hey guys, you think you can help us out? I've got an ad posted. I know you guys love the community. Comment and upvote. Okay? Then they write their experience. If they're having a good time and you're taking good care of them, if you're doing what I said in admin video number 1, they will be loyal and supportive to you. They will get on that post and they will support your ad. Okay? And now you've got real people that aren't you that are saying, yeah, man, I've been playing here for 3 weeks. I love it. Best cluster ever. Biggs around, knows what he's doing. That gives you a lot more promo power as well. Another great time to advertise is on, say, a Monday during the day. So here's my Discord. Used to have 130 some people on it. I recently purged it, okay? And this is a place, we're talking about donations now, okay? And support. This is a place where this is old. I don't have that format cluster anymore. It's like, get rid of it. And we're going to talk about donations a little bit now. So we went through a lot of the promoting stuff. If you guys have any questions or comments or you need help and you want more details, put a comment in that YouTube video, man. I don't mind. This is something I used to be competitive about. I didn't want to promo my servers. I'm not anymore. I got what I like. I got my dedicated players, you know. And if you look at my admin video too, there's a reason why I've got everybody in tribes. There's a reason why everybody's got a color. There's a reason why their in-game name's got to be the same as their Discord name. Okay? And in this Discord, this is saving so much time, and this is why I ask new players to come to the Discord first. They can read the server rules here. They can get all their server info here. And I use Google Docs, so if I make a minor adjustment, I don't got to rewrite everything. If a link changes, you know, I can go back and just change the Google Doc, not the link, right? So that's everything to save time. Donations and support. Now, in my particular case, I don't work. It costs me $2,000 a month just to pay my living expenses. I spend 7 days a week playing Ark, making YouTube videos, making Twitch lives, doing YouTube lives, and working on my community and managing my server. I'll never get enough donations to give me $2,000, but donations are important, not for just money for you. There's another reason. Your players that have played for thousands of hours, that really love the game and spend tons of hours on your server, they really like to donate. And the reason being is it's a way for them to say thank you and be like, you know, I appreciate what you're doing, and they can really show it with that donation. Also, it gives them the idea that if you're not paying for the server maybe, that it'll help you last longer. So I didn't do donations. I didn't have that up for the first month or two when I started in June. But when I put it up the first time, I got slammed because there was people waiting and asking. So you're not only putting a donation tab up there for you, and this runs through PayPal, okay? You're putting that donation tab up there so that people can feel like they've given something back. If they feel like they know you're working hard, I can do a monthly here, and I've got a lot of those. If they feel like they know you're working hard and stuff, you can get that done, you know. And, you know, we see zeros everywhere here. It's just painful. I think this is her. I can't be sure. Doubt it. I can't remember the name of it. And I'm not trying to pick on Krista. I'm just saying that if you don't, the point to that is if you're telling people stories, man, they're going to see through it and it's going to hurt. If you're going to make someone download 20 mods to get on your server, it better be what it is. It better be what you say it is, you know. If you want players like this, watch all the videos that are in my admin video package, my playlist. So that's about all I can tell you. The main part is, okay, let's sum up here quick for you guys, okay? That tribe thing at the beginning, if you can't do it, it's not the end of the world, but that's what blows your server up. Having a casual, comfortable tribe to play in that you manage, that you are humble with and not bossy with, that's going to bring in numbers. That's going to keep people staying. And then when they leave the tribe and do their own thing, that's fine. Okay, we're already at 20, all right? And I know every one of these players. If I don't know you, you're gone. That's how I run it now. I had a guy join yesterday, says, oh, I joined from Battlemetrics, he says. Okay? No, sorry. If you look at my server ad right now, you'll see how exclusive I am. And that's just because, like I said, I'm just burnt. I'm burnt on dealing with all the problems that come with having a ton of randoms in there. So back to the summation, that tribe plan that I showed you, it brings in players, but you got to be humble, you got to be nice, you can't be bossy. And once they spend a week or two there, then you can send them off to join another tribe. But if they just join another tribe right away, like I said, you could be wasting your time. Okay. The other thing, the way you advertise and where that tribe bonus comes in play is that you can attract players from more types of requests. Okay, look, exclusive. The first paragraph. And oddly enough, this brings in players. Okay, the server is not open to everybody. Okay, that's how I'm starting off, right? It's all negative. Like, I don't want you. I've not posted the IP or server name for that reason. You first need to add me as a friend. From there, your profile is going to be checked. VAC bans aren't accepted. After that, you'll be invited to Discord. You cannot play if you're not on the Discord. Okay? But you do not need a mic, though. Right? You do not need a mic. So this is how I run my show now. This won't work if you got 2 players. This works because we're happy to add 1 or 2 players a week max. If you use that tribe system, you're going to add 20 players in your first week, no problem. No problem. So to sum up again on the tribe issue I mentioned, the way you advertise, okay, having your copy and paste heartfelt, written originally, and easily available quickly. I have my social media, my YouTube promos, my promos, and what I need to talk to new jacks. You're going to find over time that you get asked the same questions from a new player in the first 10 minutes over and over again. Once you realize that question's coming in the same, write a copy paste for it, spell check it. That way it's going to be a lot less time. The more time you spend typing, the less time, like I said, you're doing other stuff. On a final note, I just want to talk about newbies. Newbies are a great way to grow your server, but you also want those experienced players. If you're a good admin and your server's up 24/7 and you did what I said in the admin 1 and admin 2 videos and you got your Discord set up right, those players with thousands of hours in and they get to your server, they've already been jerked around on other servers, they've already been wiped, they've already experienced bad this, toxic that. They will appreciate you and stay. You'll have them. And they're donators. Okay? The newbies are great because you can get numbers in there, but you won't find they stay as often, and it's not because of you. What happens is when I first buy the game, like I did with Arma Exile mod, let's say, I buy the game, I jump on a private server, I play around, I get kind of used to it. Well, I might want to try out a different mod, or I might want to try out this. Oh, I want to try PvP, or I want to try official now. So new players sometimes jump in, learn a bit, and bounce. Don't take that the wrong way. And I've run so many numbers on this. I just don't want to bore you with all the details, but your percentages of new players that stay might be a little lower than experienced players, assuming you provide those experienced players with what I mentioned in Admin 1 and Admin 2. Okay? The number one way, I can't repeat this enough, the number one way to get players is have that tribe I showed you in the beginning. Do an introduction similar to that. Humble, no bossy, no condescending, okay? No, I've got 3,000 hours, I know what I'm doing. Garbage. I got players that joined my tribe. We call it a starter tribe, and some called it the newbie tribe. But I've got players with 4,000, 5,000 hours that joined that tribe and stayed in it just because there was always other players to help. They loved having these newbies around to help. That's part of their game, okay? And in PvP, it worked great because PvP at 0 is tough. You're going to get someone. This is what's great about it too. You're going to be able to advertise to the PvE players as well, right? I want a PvE map. Hey, look, it's not really PvE, but it's got offline raid protection, and we got a tribe that's PvE. So you can come play in the PvE tribe. 2 months from now, maybe you get bored, you want to try PvP, go ahead, right? That's the sale, man. To sell a product to people, you don't want to isolate 80 of the people out of 100. You want to be able to attract as many varieties of playstyles as possible, right? So you got the tribe for people that want to join a tribe. You got the server for people that want to join a server. If the case you're running PvP, you've got PvP and PvE available right there, right? And the rates and stuff, that's up to you. I have a certain way I run my rates, but I'll let you figure that out. If you have questions about what works as far as rates goes and whatnot, just make that comment there. I respond to my comments quickly. It's a small channel, but I engage with my people. So feel free to do that. I think I've ran off long enough here. Honestly, I know some of you might be like, this is a pile of bullshit, or say what you want. The proof is in the pudding, guys. I do it. I get it done. And I don't care people that are like, I've banned. I've wiped. I've taken my community when it's got 30 people in it and banned 15 because they're dicks, right? And I rebuilt within 2 days. I just recently wiped all 4 of my maps because some hacker exploiter that corrupted them and wrecked them. Spent weeks doing it. In a tribe of 14, I talk about this in my admin 2 video, the dangers of big tribes. A tribe of 14 people left and started their own server. It's happened to me twice. Here's the first one. These guys left, started their own server, and tried to recruit everybody out of my server, flame my Discord, blah, blah, blah. Let's see how they're doing. Wow. Looking good. These are the ones that just last week did the exact same thing to me. Let's check them out. Got 2. Woohoo! You know? Nice. Okay, so they try to destroy my show, right? Okay, they started the exact same time as me. Okay, exact same time. They wrecked everything. Not them, actually. Scratch that. The one loser did. But they didn't like what I did to fix the problem. So they all left. They chased me on Reddit. They call me all kinds of names on Steam. They're making it so I can't advertise at all. If I put anything on Reddit right now because of people that are mad at me, I get friggin' hunted down. And yet still, this is my server right now. Okay? That's my server right now. So I'm not talking shit, guys. You want to get players, you message me. You add me as a friend on Steam. Chase me out on Twitch and talk to me. When I do my streams live, I just fuck around in the game. I mostly talk and babble. So you find me wherever you want to find me. And I'm not competitive anymore. I will help you get players. I prefer to do it in a voice chat, even if you're not talking, you're just typing, just because it saves me time, right? But I'm more than happy to help you do that, guys. So anyways, that ends it up. You know, I hope you all have a great night. I really do hope you pick something up on this. And just remember what I said about this tribe. It's key. If you can't do the tribe thing, what you're doing is eliminating a few places to advertise and a few people to reach. But still just focus on the way I advertise. Focus on typing something different. Focus on reading the ad the guy wrote, man. Spam. Look at your Facebook newsreel right now. You know? It's so full of junk. I don't care about it no more. I'm not buying anything from that, right? It's all full of the same crap. Saturation, right? Make your stuff different. Make it from you, okay? People will like you if it's yours. If you're just copying what everyone else is doing in the same old stupid ad, nobody cares. All right, guys, this Big's around. Y'all know the bullshit. Hit the bell if you liked it. You'll be notified. Subscribe if you thought this was useful. I know I'm just getting started with this stuff, but I'm always around. Like I said, I'm retired, so I ain't going nowhere. And I'm more than happy to help in any way I can with your server, whether it's Arc, Rust, or any advertising marketing you're doing, Discord setup, you name it. Check the playlist because there's really good stuff in what's called the Admin Help playlist. I would watch every video in there if I were you. These are proven techniques. Okay? It's not just me trying to get views. Yeah, of course. Fucking right, I want views, man. I'm not, who doesn't, right? Why the hell am I here? But I finally got to the point where I don't need this info just for me anymore. And it's helping you guys out if you use it the way I described it. Take care. Nice chatting.